Okay. We can get going. Welcome, everybody. I can't quite see who's on, but I see we have a few viewers. So welcome, and thanks for taking the time tonight to join us for the CoachCast walkthrough. Really excited about what we're going to show you today. I'm a founder and CSO of Double Blue Sports Analytics and a former hockey coach at UMaine, and through my frustration of using complicated and cumbersome video, we've developed some technology to really, in the end, help coaches improve the performance of their athletes. And our new product, CoachCast, is specifically developed for coaches who are in business to improve performance. That's our goal. So if you've used video technology before, whether it's Coach's Eye, Huddle, you name it, this product is designed to simplify your life, expedite your workflow, save time, improve the relationship with your athletes, and also provide you the opportunity to make money with our technology, which I can walk you through and help understand how some other companies are planning to make money with the CoachCast. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get my ugly mug off the computer here, and why don't we just jump right into the CoachCast and make sure I can see everyone is able to see what I see here. Not yet. I don't think. There we go. I think everyone can see now what I'm seeing as the CoachCast. I apologize while I jump around a bit. So our CoachCast, and just to let everyone know, if you're on the Google Hangouts, you can ask questions. So I encourage that to make sure I'm answering everything. You may have a question about, I know in the YouTube link, I don't think you can ask questions, but you can also get in contact with me later at dan@doublebluesports.com and ask some questions after the fact, and I'll give that email address out again. But why don't we get started with the walkthrough? And I'm going to start everyone kind of from entry to exit. And this is a mobile application. This is, at the moment, the CoachCast platform is iOS based, so an iPad or an iPhone. The players side of things, they're a little bit different. They also get a web portal, which is website based. They can use any device. They also get an app, which is iOS based, but we plan, hopefully for the fall, to have an Android capture app for the athlete side of things. So we'll keep you posted on that. So here's our people panel that we're in, and this is where you're going to invite athletes and coaches into the system. I'm going to pull up the invite panel here, and we can obviously do a first name, last name, and email. I can invite either an athlete or coach, and I'll show you why that's meaningful to have both those designations in the system. And once you basically, write someone's name in and first name, last name, email, that person will get an invite, which will prompt them to accept the invitation into your organization, get their web portal set up with their athlete, and get their app, and be all set to go to begin to capture video. And I'm going to jump down here to pending. So once I've invited some coaches and athletes here, this is nice, where it's going to show you the athletes and coaches that have not yet accepted the invitation. So you can see delineated by the little red envelope here, the athlete hasn't accepted yet. I can click on their profile, and I can resend that invite again to get it to the top of their email box if they haven't got accepted yet. So that's a nice little feature. So it's nice to know who's accepted, who hasn't. You can capture video if they have not accepted yet, which is handy. And now I'm going to move down to everyone. And this is your entire roster. This is your whole organization, all of your coaches and all of your athletes. And when you invite a coach, they get prompted to join your organization. They also get their own app that's part of this kind of master account here, where they can manage and make groups and capture video for your organization. So this is nice to have a complete roster of everybody that we're working with. And then we can further move down to my athletes. And this would be the athletes related to me that I work with on a day-to-day basis. So those are the three kind of panels there: pending invitations into the system, your entire roster, and then we have my athletes the athletes related to me that I work with day to day, as I mentioned. So next up is groups, and this is kind of key. And this is where the customization is going to begin for your organization. And groups is set up so you're able to work with the kids in the moment. Instead of having, if you're working with, say, you got 500 kids in your organization, or if you got 25 kids, just the kids, athletes you're working with in the moment, need to be in front of you. And that's why we kind of customize these groups. You can create, make any names and add a tag, a color to it, and create these groups. And once I've created the groups, I can then go in and manage these groups. So I've created one already, just so everyone can see. I'm going to click manage on the top right here. And this is where I'm going to go in and I can add coaches and athletes. And the bottom is going to be your entire roster. And I'm simply just dragging and dropping coaches into the system, into this group, and create that specific group for that specific time of day or that specific week or a camp or however you're managing your organization. What's nice about the group function too is you can have an athlete belong to multiple groups. Since this is a 365-day-a-year application, you may have an athlete as part of your privates or part of your camps and part of an association you work with, or whatever that workflow is. You can have an athlete belong to multiple groups. Which we expect, as well as coaches. The same. A coach can belong to multiple groups. These coaches here are responsible for these athletes, and you'll see how kind of that's sandboxed together as you begin to work with the video and the athletes. You can make adjustments anytime, simple as dragging and dropping, as I mentioned. So very, very flexible, easy. We're going to add headshots into here as well, which will be nice at some point. Instead of their initials, you'll see their headshots. So once I've created these groups, we're going to be all set to capture video. Again, you can make as many groups as you want. You customize it exactly how you want to work with your athletes. It's going to provide a lot of time saving effort on your part as you're capturing video, which we'll see next year. So we're going to go to capture now, and I'm going to be able to see I'm home here and capture the old fridge. But before I start capturing video, I can click the little best for motion here. This is nice where it's going to, CoachCast is going to look for what your device capabilities are. So if you have some of the newer devices, I don't have my newest iPad or the iPhone, we'll do up to 240 frames a second, which is a super slow-mo. We also have a video stabilization button as well. So if you're using an iPhone, to give you a little bit of a little bit of a steady hand with the technology, that's going to be convenient. And then I can press done, and you know what, we're ready to go. So again, you can use your iPhone. You can set this iPad up, which I'm using here, on a tripod out on the field, the court, the ice, wherever you are, and I'm going to begin to capture video here. So we're going to capture a sequence. I got the fridge and I got the microwave and stove there, and now I'm going to stop. And this is where the system is going to be intuitive and walk you through. So now I can select a group. So these are the kids I'm working with in the moment, Tampa Bay Juniors. I'm going to click next now. So here's the athletes related to this group. So now I can choose, all right, Hannah's in this video, Lily and Jason. So I can assign multiple athletes to a single piece of video. I'm going to click next. I can add tags in. I can do, custom tags, edge work, let's say, and I got to practice, I think, maybe somewhere. I'll just create a practice one. Practice. And once I've created these, they stay in the system forever till you delete them. And then next. So what I've done before I click next, I've captured a chunk of video. I got the group I'm working with in the moment. I can assign the athletes and tag the video. Once I've toggled these once, they say pre-selected, so I do not have to do that each time. So that's going to be very convenient. And click next. Now, that video has instantly gone to the cloud. You can see it up here. It's actually pretty quick. The status has already gone up to the cloud. So what we've done here is set this up into a task list. And this is where, again, we promote that this is a tool to help you work at scale. Whether you've got 5 athletes, 50, or 500 athletes, this is going to simplify your life in working with a lot of video and a lot of athletes, as well as a lot of coaches. And the coaches' workflow is really nice where it splits it up. And actually, I'll show you the newer version, which we're about to release soon. I wanted to work with this one before I show you that one. So I'll jump around a little bit to show you the new design. but it's very similar to what you see here. And this is called now inbox. You'll see it called unreviewed. But basically, as I captured that raw piece of video, say I'm out in the court, and I captured 10 sequences of serves, all that video is going to go up to the cloud. Because I've already tagged the athlete, it's going to go right to the athlete instantly. So the automated distribution right to that athlete's portal, which is going to save a ton of time. There's no email links. There's no Dropboxing. It's going to go right to that athlete instantly if you're connected to Wi-Fi. If not, it's going to suck up to the cloud once you get to a Wi-Fi source. So don't fret if you don't have Wi-Fi when you're capturing. So here's that piece of video that we had here. You can see the tags on the top there. You can see the athletes in the video that I tagged it to. And let's say in the moment I want to go in there and now we can do some granular analysis there. I have my frame by frame scrubber. I have my kind of up down through the video very quickly scrubber. I can obviously draw, and I'll show you some really cool things we're going to be adding in next week. I can change color. I can change speeds. It's all very intuitive. There's my speed. I can do quarter speed there, half speed. And again, do my frame by frame. But let's go to an actual video that has some footage already. So just to reiterate, this is important because we've created this task list for coaches. And once you have all these videos, today I've captured, say, 28 videos in the system. I was out on the ice, and I got all these videos. But I know what's in front of me. I know what I need to tackle. Maybe some of the videos, I don't care to do a granular analysis. Here's a video I had in the cloud here. I can just click on that, and it's going to download from the cloud. That's something I captured in the office this morning. And you know what? I have no need to capture, edit this or review it. I'm just going to mark as reviewed, and it's going to get out of this task list into the reviewed and begin to empty this inbox, which is awesome. So there's a great task list approach, and important when you're managing a lot of videos. This is going to really simplify your life in managing that content. So here's some reviewed videos. I'm going to go down to, I think I got a bunch of stuff in here. Let's go to some hockey stuff. Why not? And so once I've reviewed the video where I've moved it in here, you're going to get this panel, and I can press the blue button. I can watch the raw footage right away. But I can also now, let's do a review again and actually record my review. And by pressing on this microphone button here, actually looks a little different in the new version. I can click this, and now it's going to record my voice on top of this. It's going to record, every section of the playhead here, every time I move, frame by frame. Hey, good job, eye on the puck here. And I can change the speed. And now I can, all right, this is good. I've created a meaningful review. I've talked about good vision on the puck as he came around the cone. I'm going to press done. And now I can share it with the athletes that it belongs to. Let's say it just belongs to Hannah. I'm going to press share. It's going to encode that video right now, what you see. So it's adding my voice on top of it and the drawing. And then that's going to go to the athlete's portal. Now what's nice about this, so here's this clip again. You can see we have the raw source, and we have the reviews underneath. So as coaches are doing reviews, this is going to populate underneath. You could have a coach remotely 3 hours away. Hey, I want to add some comments to this, and his review is going to pop in here. But one's transcoding right now. Let's look at another one I did earlier today, or whenever I did this. And you can watch a couple things that I did there. So again, very flexible UI here, and understanding, reviews that have been done. I always have access to the raw source. I can see who's in the video. I can see what the events were. And this is moved into my reviewed task list, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can go back to it when I need it. It's searchable at all times. I can go in and find things, screens and slides, which is handy, and find that exact video I was looking for previously. Now, once I've created the review, I've showed you it's shared to Hannah. And why don't we go take a look on her end, what that looks like. So this is the CoachCast portal where the organization has access, all of its coaches, how they're going to manage their groups and their sessions, and how they capture video. And actually, before I jump over there, why don't I show everybody, I have a little wheel here, I can make edits to this video. So I can edit the athletes in it. I can edit the tags at any time, which is convenient. So even after the fact, I can make adjustments to this video. And maybe I tagged the wrong athlete by accident, and I can make that fix, and it's going to distribute automatically right to that new athlete. So very, very convenient, very flexible. Again, if you're working with a lot of video, this is going to save an immense amount of time. Now let's go to the athlete side of things. And I'm going to go to the web portal here. Is this it here? I think this is it. All right. So this is the web portal. I got Maria Sharapova in here. This is a website. This is the personal video locker, video library, whatever you want to call it. But this is specifically related to that athlete. It's their personal video. No one else has access to this. So every single athlete that's invited into the system gets their beautiful, amazing, and efficient web portal where their video is going to live, and they have access to it anytime. So today, let's wheel up here. Here's the video I captured. Think of the fridge here. So that was distributed into the captures. So we've set this up similar to the CoachCast workflow where the raw captures are going to populate as you capture them, again, saving that time, not having to send an email link or do anything after the fact. It's just going to go to the athletes. And then once I've done a review, I'm going to get notification, hey, coach sent me a review. Here's that one I just did earlier. Now that meaningful review is in from coach, and I can go and take a look at this and get that instruction remotely. And the nice thing about this is you may have a lot of videos that were captured, in a session, and the kids are going to get the raw captures right away. But at a later time, or a couple days later even, I'm going to have the flexibility to go back in and craft a story with the review tools, which is going to be really handy when you're trying to manage a lot of content. Again, the flexibility efficiency is something we spend a lot of time on to make a coach's life much easier. We don't want you bad. We want you in it and out of as quick as possible so you can spend more time teaching and coaching. We don't want you to be a video editor. And that resonates strongly with us because of my pain point as a former college coach. Now, we talked about the athletes and their portals, which you can see here. And once I've actually watched, sorry, before I get to that, I watched a video. It's going to move from unwatched to watched. And they got this great list here of how everything's organized. They can also search for things and find that relevant content very, very quickly. So again, web portal, they can use an Android device, Apple device, it doesn't matter. This is basically a website that's linked to them and to your account. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go back to the app. So give me a second here. Let's go back to the app. Again, if you're on Google Hangouts here, feel free to ask questions. I don't mind. Sometimes it's hard to get everything that the system can do in a half-an-hour session, but we will be offering free demos as well. But let's go back to the app. I want to show everybody what the athlete sees in the app. So as I mentioned, not only do they get their own web portal, they also get their own app. I'm going to log out of this. And I just want to show you this quick too. This is a nice feature where the athletes and coaches actually have the ability to manage their storage. So this is an unlimited application. You can store as much video as you need to. For the athletes and the coaches, it's unlimited. We don't want you to have to do calculus on the amount of gigabytes that you have. We want a historical perspective of the entire year. And if that athlete's with you for 5 years, we want you to go back and demonstrate to that player, hey, look at the improvement we've made from year to year to year, or month to month to month. And that's only possible with an unlimited video storage tier, which all of our software is. It's unlimited video. But because it's unlimited video, you're probably going to capture a lot, and we have this great little limit local storage feature. So let's say you're using your iPhone, you can toggle this on and say, I only want 4.8 gigabytes native video on my system, on my phone, and the CoachCast will keep the newest stuff up to 4.8 gigabytes, get rid of the old stuff. Just a reminder, everything is in the cloud no matter what, so that's all going up there, but this will limit what your storage is on your device specifically, and that way your phone's not excuse me, not going to fill up, and you don't have to worry about this. Just runs in the background, peace of mind. We've had a lot of conversations with people using other technology, how quickly their phones are filling up, and they got to go and delete stuff, and it's just a hassle. Run in the background, don't have to worry about it. It's going to really simplify that unlimited video. So I'm going to log out here. I'm going to log into a player account. It's the same app, but player's login is going to disable the administrative functions. So let me log in. Hannah at gmail.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so here's the Athletes app. It looks similar to the web portal where they have their captures. Here's the thing we captured today. They have their reviews, and once you watch it, it goes unwatched to watched. But the nice thing about this is sandboxed into your organization. Yes, it's a separate app. They can capture what they want, but because this is sandboxed to you, they cannot go work with another coach or another organization. And this really allows you to have an improved personal relationship, but probably more importantly, it allows you to monetize the athletes at different points during the year. Whether it's game review or whatever that needs to be, it allows you to work with that athlete on a more meaningful basis because they're directly connected to you. And if I was to capture something right now, I can capture a chunk of video. Well, after it's done, I click next, and I can add a tag to it, whatever I want to do. Now that video is directly going back to the coach that they're working with. So they don't have to share anything. They don't have to send the Dropbox links. This is directly connected to your account. And this video is going to pop right into your inbox instantly, which is handy. And let me just log out here, and I'll just want to show you kind of how that works. But again, it's so efficient. The video flow from coach to athlete and athlete back to coach. There is nothing like this on the planet. It's just so efficient and so easy to use. So let's say here, let's say I'm in the Tampa Bay group. So if I'm one of these coaches here, all 3 of those coaches are automatically going to get that video, which is amazing. So Hannah captured it. It's going to directly go back to the inbox of that coach that's sitting right there. Now, I wanted to show you some of the more review tools. So we're actually finishing off our next build, which will be ready very shortly, probably next week, which has some improved review tools like side-by-side and shapes and whatnot. Let me change to that screen here. This is our dev screen. So as you can see, it looks slightly different at the top. We've changed this to an inbox. You're reviewed, and now we've added a library. So we've added the ability to import video, as you can see here. So say it's something from YouTube, or it's something off your Apple Photos. You got to get it onto your device, and then you can import something specific that you want that was not captured from the CoachCast. So whether you import shifts from somebody's game off a team system or any other video source, this is going to make it very easy to grab that relevant video, get it into the CoachCast, into this amazing efficient system, and then do what you need to do with it. So this library function allows you to have a really cool library of video that's not related to an athlete. So I could be capturing some footage off the TV, or get some professional footage off YouTube and do a side-by-side comparison. So we've got a great little dumping ground, this library of footage you can use for any relevant purpose, for reviews or something in the moment. It doesn't matter. It's very flexible. And you can just basically import stuff right into that bin. I want to go to my inbox here. I want to, why don't we go to, let's just stick with the hockey theme for now. That's fine. So I got a video here in my inbox. You know what? I'm going to press on my pencil tool at the top. And I got, I think this is Kerry Lettman, potentially. It's at the network goaltending thing. And I got my scrubber here. And you know what? I want to do a side-by-side. I'm going to press compare. And now I can pick another video here. All right, let's use this video. Now I got my great side-by-side. And you know what? I want to link these videos up. Let's go down here. All right, so we can kind of link these up, and now I can lock it, and now I can obviously play both at the same time. You know what? I want to, zoom in on this a little bit. What's great about this, we don't lock you into these specific boxes. You want to zoom in and go full screen, or, put it whatever way you want to do it. It doesn't really matter. I can reorder, and I can sit like this, and it's really amazing. You know what? I want to do an overlay of transparency. I want to see the difference between Jake, I think it's Jake Allen, and Kerry Lettinen. So you know what? I'm going to get my 2 fingers. I can just snap it to full screen. I'm going to reorder. I'm going to snap this to full screen, and now I'm going to do a transparency here, and I can see, how both goalies, are in this movement. I can change, and I can do, one at a time as they come across. I mean, what a real powerful teaching tool to kind of overlay, whether it's 2 goalies, a young player and a professional. But the great thing is I can, you got a 10-year-old kid, or you want to demonstrate this against, a clip from Roger Federer, and you can, zoom in and get the, body mechanics a similar size, and, lock them up and do that side-by-side analysis, which is really cool. Now, you see here, we've changed some things here. We are all about efficiency, making things as simple as possible. We didn't want to add a bunch of crazy toolboxes under here. As in the previous version I showed you, you can do, the free form. Oops, I can do free form drawing, but we've just added what we call smart shapes. This is proprietary to Double Blue. It's pretty incredible. Instead of having to go press a bunch of boxes underneath and waste more time pressing another box, if you want to draw a circle, snaps to a circle. You want to draw an angle, snaps to an angle. You want to draw a line, snaps to an arrow. So it's all based through pattern recognition, which is incredible. I mean, our team developed this in less than a month. I mean, it's just remarkable how amazing it is. But it's going to simplify, your time of crafting the analysis here. There's an oval you can do, or I can do, a box. And we'll be adding the ability to resize these. It's not in this version, but say I draw a box and I'll have toggles in the corner. You can make an adjustment and change it. I mean, really make it the way you want it, which is incredible. So this is just really, really neat. And I snap it to, I can change it to landscape as well. If you need to, or rotate it back. But let's just snap it back to the side-by-side here. I'll change the opacity, and we can unlock and go through each one and say I want to draw, a little angle there, or a line, or arrow, whatever you want. This pattern recognition of the smart shapes is really amazing and just so efficient of not having to go press another toolbox to get this review done. For the left-handed people, you can config and change this to left-handed, which is great. So that's going to be convenient to have the scrubbers on either side. Let's change that again. Obviously, when I'm, let's clear this, doing some larger, analysis, and I, got all this UI, especially if you're on an iPhone, it becomes a problem, but I can hide the UI, and I can still, just by gesture, I can move things. You can't see what I'm doing, but I got 3 fingers on here and going side by side. I don't even need the scrubber, which is great, and I can bring the UI back when I need it. But just so efficient, so amazing. There's nothing like this in existence for an app-based review tool with the smart shapes, with our side-by-side, our zoom, how we have everything overlaid here, which is great. You can also pause a review. So now I'm capturing my voice on top of this, and let's do just an odd shape there. Let's do a square or a polygon. And then, you know what? I want to pause the review, and I want to go to a different point, in this review, where I want to change, to another video. I can do that. Hey, we got Marie on board now. And then I can start it back up and continue the review, which is great. So we're at a really flexible review window. I'm very proud of what we have here. This will be coming very shortly into the system, probably next week. We're just testing at the moment, working all the bugs out, which is going very smoothly. So this is our review panel that we're adding in. So let's go back to the other CoachCast. Actually, we can stay in this one. That's fine. I'll just cancel out of here. So again, we can import videos, as I mentioned. So we can find a source, and let's do this video here. And then it's going to basically suck it up into the system. And I can send it to the library right away if I need to. Oops, I was in the wrong app there. But very, very efficient, very easy. It's just an amazing platform. The economics of this, I'll stop screen sharing for a second here and get myself back up. The economics of this is very simple. This is a $35 a year app for the athlete. So that's all. It's 35 bucks a year per athlete, unlimited video. Coaches are free. So you can invite your whole coaching staff into the system. They all get their own app. They're all tied into a master account, and they begin working with kids, whether at part of your facility or they're 5 hours away, and you need some help with reviewing the video. So that's our wholesale price to you. We don't advertise the price, and this is where we're trying to help companies make money as well. Everyone seems to be taking advantage of that. So since this is a wholesale price, if you want to resell this to your athletes, I think we have most of our customers going to be doing that, whether it's a upfront fee of 60 bucks for the use of the technology through your facility, or it's a $5.99 a month or 10 bucks a month. We have some large outfits that are going to be scaling this to 500 to 1,000 athletes, and we have a few of them going to make upwards of 85K a year just with our system, reselling the technology to their athletes. So which is great. So again, $35 a year, unlimited video, that's per athlete. And you can resell it for whatever you would like to. That's completely up to you. We're hoping you can find ways to make money with it. I mean, if you just want to purchase it and give it to your athletes, great. And improve the experience, at your facility, that's fine. We have some people doing that too. But again, you have the ability to make money with our technology, which you can't do with a Coach's Eye or Huddle. That's not possible because those are obviously apps everyone has access to. So the way we do it is you basically buy a number of seats from us, whether you want 15, 25, 500. We give you those seats. You go out and resell them to your kids, make it part of your program, and you're going to have the most efficient and meaningful video tool in existence for your organization. We also find that a lot of companies planning on to be using this for mentorship, which is great because since the athlete has their own app, they can go capture, their at-bats, or they can go capture their shifts, or, whatever they want to capture. And that because that ports right back to you into your inbox, you get a notification, hey, I'm going to go and review this video and charge for a mentorship program, which is going to become common, we see in this industry. Whether it's hockey, tennis, baseball, you name it, this mentorship seems to be kind of the next step in providing, qualified coaches to be teaching, remotely. So they don't have to be in your backyard. They can be, an hour away. They can be 20 hours away. It doesn't matter. You can be in the comfort of your couch making money with the CoachCast, which is, as I mentioned, going to be very, very common so far from the customers that we've talked to that plan to leverage this system. So we talked about remote coaching. We've talked about the player portal. We talked about this amazing CoachCast interface. This is all mobile-based, as I talked about. So iPhones and iPads. The web portal is agnostic, so you can use any system, obviously, because it's a website, Chrome or Safari. We will be adding an Android capture app for the athletes down the road, which we're very excited about. And we're also going to be adding brand new features into this each and every month. We have a month-long development cycle. So we are very active in talking with our customers and making sure that, we are providing the technology that is the world's finest. And we want feedback. How can we make it better for you? What's not working well? What's going to make it better? How can we make it better for your coaches and your athletes? But we love feedback. We want to make the product that works for you guys and continue to improve performance. As I've been kind of alluding to today, this is a multi-sport tool. This can work for goalies, it can work for players, it can work for tennis. We have a couple of dance schools interested in this. Anywhere where you have a lot of athletes and you're having trouble managing a lot of content, we are going to save you hours of work We're going to make things much easier to craft meaningful stories with your athletes internally as you're working with them, or externally when you're working with them. We find a lot of the strategies right now happens to be getting this implemented in camps. The camp season's obviously upon us in a couple of weeks here when the kids get out of school. So the strategy I've been kind of extracting from conversations is we want to get this into camps right away because we can sandbox these kids into the system. They're going to get great benefit out of it during camps. But, you know, I probably don't see half of these kids again during the year. Now they're directly connected back to my organization. I can work with this athlete throughout the year. I can, you know, just for helping them improve, or I can charge a mentorship fee and make money with it now. Because these are sandboxed to your organizations, they're tied right to you. It makes it very, very easy without you having to lift a finger to work with these kids. And that's part of our goal. We want to simplify your life, make things easy. We don't want you to be a video editor. We want you in the iPad quickly, out of the iPad even quicker, so you can get back to teaching and coaching. And that's exactly what this CoachCast application is. This is not a consumer tool like a Huddle or Coach's Eye. This is an enterprise-grade video platform that will simplify your use of video at scale. It's unlimited video, capture as much as you need to. The athletes have their own personal locker. They have their own app. Your coaches are free in your organization. And all this is going to cost us $35 an athlete. Go ahead and incorporate it into your program fee, resell it to make some money with it. It's completely flexible in how you want this to work. But we're very proud of it. This is something that we've been, you know, hard at work on for the last half a year. This is largely what people have been asking for. You know, people have been using those other platforms. They wanted an improved way to manage the video at scale, and this is what we have. I'm very excited about to be offering the sporting community. So this is the CoachCast. We're offering free demos. So my email, I should pop it up on the screen. I don't have it. It's pretty simple. Dan@doublebluesports.com. So feel free to email me, and I will get you guys set up with a demo. Just to note, we do not sell to individuals, athletes. This is something that has to be started from the organization. So if you're an athlete on this call and want to use it, talk to your coach, and we can get this rolling with your coach, and they can invite you into the system and get up and running. But this is an initial conversation we have with a team or a coaching facility or organization that will leverage a system and invite the athletes into it. But we are offering free demos, like I said. We're excited to get this into people's hands. We're going to have a massive update coming next week with all those new features I showed you with the side-by-side and the overlay and the smart shapes, which are really incredible. Just so much fun to use. I was playing with it for probably half an hour today, and the pattern recognition, how slick it was. But you know, that's the ins and outs. I mean, I went through pretty quickly. I didn't want to take too much time up tonight. I'm open for a private conversation if everybody wants. I can, you know, connect via a private Google Hangout and walk people through it. Obviously, getting a demo into your hand, I can do that right away. Just zip me an email, and I can get some demos out to everybody so they can start playing with it. We have a 2-week demo period. Invite as many coaches or athletes as you want into the system, and you'll be ready to roll. So I don't see any questions coming through. I don't know if anyone had access to the question panel or not, but if you want to ask questions now, feel free. You can also send me an email to ask questions that way. If you want more information, let me know. I can send that along. My email address, again, is Dan, D-A-N, @doublebluesports.com. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time tonight. And I'm excited to get some people into demos here. You can see the power of what I showed you today. So thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. And I hope to be hearing from everybody through email or the phone. My number also is 207-745-6838. And you get a hold of me that way as well. So thank you, everybody. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.